Persona's 25th anniversary is coming up later this month. Atlus will likely be announcing several projects, as they have announced that they will be announcing 7 projects. So I decided to throw my hat in the ring on what could possibly be the 7 things we get in this announcement. I have a few safe bets and a few that are a bit more wild. They're wildcards. What do you expect from this series? No, seriously, what else could you expect aside from a wild card or two? Number 7. This is one of the things that doesn't belong in another section that I will come up later, but I do want to mention. Persona 3 Enhanced Port. Persona 3 graphically holds up really well if you just upscale it to 1080. The problem comes down to it has some quality of life features that are missing from both its original release and its Fez re-release. And I don't think asking Atlus to do, an entire remake is necessary. However, if they were to re-release the game on Steam and maybe PlayStation 4, I think throwing in the quality of life features that were added in Portable would be an amazing idea. I really don't think things like controllable party members will be that hard to program, considering how easy it is to patch them into the game using an emulator. Straight up, it basically acts as a version update. So, I think Atlus would be able to do that on a re-release, and I really think a re-release would work. Genuinely, I think Persona 4 Golden on Steam looks amazing, and I think Persona 3 would get the same treatment graphically of upscaling it to HD, making it look beautiful, and then hopefully some quality of life stuff. That's my thoughts, and I genuinely do really want this, by the way. I think more Persona games that are more accessible is always a good thing, and considering that it is one of the only Persona games not available on recent hardware, aside from the first 2, this works. Persona mass ports. Yeah, let's be honest, we all want Persona 5 on PC or Switch, and why not throw some more Persona games on consoles? For example, let's just throw the dancing games on Steam. How about porting Q1 and Q2 to Switch? How about Persona 4 Arena on Steam? Go ahead, just port every Persona game released in the last 10 years onto Steam. Yeah, this one's a bit wild and extremely far-fetched, but it's really hard to play some of these ones. For some reason, 2 of the 3 Persona dancing games are on the PlayStation 4. Why is Persona 4 the missing? Or, let's play Persona 4 Arena. Why is Ultimax not available on digital storefronts anymore? Note, it is, but new internet cannot comprehend PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, so I've been playing through Persona 4 Arena on my dad's Xbox One, and for some reason, Persona 4 Arena is still available, but not Arena Ultimax. Why did you port Arena and not Arena Ultimax? That genuinely makes no sense to me. But just make these games more readily available. I don't care what console, as long as it's not exclusive to PlayStation 5, because those things are stupidly rare. But just port some Persona games. A good chunk of these games look good enough because they're relatively recent, and the last 3 to 4 console generations really haven't had that much graphical improvement that they will work if you just upscale them to 1080p or 4K. So, why not? I'd like to see them, and you've already made the games, just just seems like a logical move. I don't know how hard porting a game is, but it presumably isn't too difficult, and at that you could likely hire a small freelance company to do the porting. Again, I don't know how porting works. I am purely guessing, but it doesn't seem too difficult. Persona Q3. It just seems extremely likely, especially if one of the most likely things that gets announced here gets announced, being a Persona 6. Why not release a Persona Q3 to coincide with it? Aside from that, there are still missing characters that were not represented in Q2. I believe Labrys was not in it from Persona 4 Arena and Arena Ultimax, and you're missing Sophie and Zenkichi from Persona 5 Strikers. Not to mention, Kasumi was yet to be introduced to the series. Plus, hey, maybe introduce some confidants, because there are some really memorable ones that are newer to the series. There's so many characters just from the existing games that you could easily make a Q3. Not to mention the likely potential of a Persona 6. It just kind of fits, if that makes sense. Speaking of Persona 6, it was already confirmed when we got the merch drop for the 25th anniversary, with things like the protagonist card set featuring the protagonist from Persona 1, Persona 2, Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona 5, and an 8th secret card. And another card set featuring the box art from said games featured the box art for Persona 1, 2, 3, I think 3 Fez or 3 Portable, I don't remember, 4, Golden, 5, Royal, and Mystery. The fact that there's just a continual theme of an additional mystery card just seems too perfect. You know? That's just my guess, though. Persona 5 Arena. There are rumors of it. It seems likely. The Phantom Thieves are by far one of the most popular casts of an Atlas game. And, again, they're popular. You can easily make a cast just off the Phantom Thieves, but I was able, in my own video talking about possibilities for a Persona 5 Arena, able to come up with around 30 characters off the top of my head. Which really comes down to, how big does Atlas want to make the roster? How big will they make the roster? Because, again, I can name around 30 characters. So, and that's just ones I could see working as fighters and are popular. Not just ones that would work as a fighter, or ones that are popular. With some of the ones that make less sense, having at least something like a Persona, or being a palace ruler, who are clearly adept in fighting. Again, I have an entire video about this, so hopefully I'll link that in the iCards. Persona 6 spinoffs. I mean, they're an inevitability to begin with, but considering they have to announce 7 things, unless they're going to count things like a Persona 3 port and a Persona 5 port as 2 separate things, I genuinely think that spin-offs are an inevitability. Be that the inevitable of Persona 6 the animation, or, if Atlas wants to continue doing this for some reason, Persona 6 dancing. Seriously, why did those 3 games release in, like, a year? That was weird. Or go for another action game. Since I don't know if they would do another arena, because then you have Strikers Arena. Ooh, maybe something with T, and then you can eventually spell out Atlas. What? Persona 5, Persona 4 Arena, Persona 5 Strikers, AS, T. I don't know, maybe? I know that's stupid, but imagine if that's what Atlas is building towards with just having it spell out Atlas. That'd be cute. But, like, these are inevitable. But obviously, if they are announced, no one's going to care. Persona 6 would have just been announced. They're not going to announce Persona 6 the animation or Persona 6 dancing without announcing Persona 6. So, yeah. And lastly, but certainly not least, a wild card. After all, every trickster has the ability of the wild card. Why wouldn't there be a wild card in the presentation? Be that something weird or something really, really, really cool. As long as it isn't like 20 dancing spin-offs again. Like, hell, imagine something like a Persona 5 live-action movie. It would probably be horrible, but I would watch it. I highly doubt they could screw up the plot of Persona 5 that awfully. A second time. Or something like a remake of Revelations Persona or Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment. Which, by the way, those seem likely enough without delaying a Persona 6, as Atlas has already written the story and could likely hire a secondary studio to make them, and are also a bigger studio than they were when they made those original games. I'm sure they have money to hire a few more employees to work on a remaster after, having one of their characters included in Smash Bros. That's a hunch, but genuinely, I feel like we're going to get a wild card. I don't know what the wild card will be, but I know we're going to get a wild card of some kind. What did you think? Do you have any ideas that weren't encompassed in my list? Are there anything you really want to see? Honestly, I'm just excited to have a Persona, announcement set up like this, now that I'm a really big fan of the series. Considering my first game made by Atlas, I played, I think, 2 years ago or so. I think I played it January 2020? Or January 2019, I can't remember. I think it was 2019, because I think it was before COVID. Which was Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE Encore. That name will never not be a handful. And then, at the end of said year, I played Persona 5. And have been a massive fan of the Persona series since then. Mostly due to a combination of it being an amazing game, combined with great timing. But that would be a video for another day. But anyway, I'm gonna head out and enjoy a blooper of me messing up the intro. Persona 5's 25th anniversary, not Persona 5.